inside Oracle as the Warriors get ready for the Kings in their Hardwood Classic jersey, going through all the opening lineup machinations, the dance steps, the looseness, the camaraderie, and the chemistry of the Warriors on display. 4 of their final 5 at home in this building that has been so good to them the past 2 seasons. And they'll need the home crowd and the home court more than ever, bouncing back from a very rough 1-3 road trip. Our Southwest Airlines starting lineups for the Warriors: Stephen Jackson, Al Harrington, Andres Biedrins, Monte Ellis, and Baron Davis. Don Nelson has also called up Patrick O'Brien from the Developmental League, and he gets Michael Petrus back healthy and in uniform.
Give him a little shot in the arm, and Patrick O'Brien may be used tonight. They need some shot blocking. He can certainly do that. He played and performed very well while he was down in the D-League.
For Sacramento, John Salmons with no Ron Artest. Mikey Moore, Spencer Hawes, the rookie, no Brad Miller, Kevin Martin, and Anthony Johnson. But this is the same lineup that beat Denver in Denver, and the Kings have won 4 of the last 5, and it's a credit for Reggie Theus, who has them playing very hard down the stretch.
He has done a marvelous job with this club. He was a former player, a big-time scorer, over 16 points a game. He has them playing zone a lot, so let's see how the Warriors handle a zone tonight if they have the same look they did against Denver.
And with the zone, ball movement is so critical. That's what Don Nelson was talking about all during practice yesterday and after the Hornet game. Making the extra pass, finding the open player, and against a zone, Jim, that's just doubly important.
You've really got to move the ball crisply, not a lot of dribbles, find a hole in the middle. It's usually Baron Davis around the free throw line, but it's like the New York Knicks when they won that first championship back in '70. Play defense and move the ball movement. Share the ball and share the load. Stephen Hawes only his 4th start of the year.
Yeah, the 10th pick in the draft, and Hawes has shown some skill inside. Our Toyota Tundra keys to the ball game. Jimmy, what do you got tonight?
Well, I just think you need good production from everybody from the big 3. And I'm talking about Baron Davis, Stephen Jackson, and Monte Ellis. If those 3 have a reasonable night, because Stephen Jackson in the 3 losses only went 6 of 34 from the field. So they need production from them, and you got to find their shooters early. Kevin Martin and John Salmons. And just, Bob, mental focus. You know, this is a game that comes down to mistakes. Who's going to make the majority of the mistakes? You've got to be mentally focused to play and limit those turnovers. I'm thinking about the game last night. To me, Memphis found a way to lose the game rather than finding a way to win it.
And for the Warriors, their magic number is 6. Any combination of Warrior wins and Denver losses totaling 6, and the Warriors are in the playoffs. But their elimination number, their tragic number, is 5, because they cannot afford to be tied with Denver at the end of the year. They lose the tiebreaker. They'll see the Nuggets Thursday, but they can't worry about that now. They have to deal with the Sacramento Kings, and Kevin Martin with the opening possession.
Rebound is going to be a factor here with Mikey Moore and Hawes in there.
Harrington knocking it away. Harrington a foot race with Mikey Moore, shields him, and then draws the foul. Harrington, a good defensive play to begin things. On March 18th, it was Sacramento beating the Warriors 122-105 at Arco, but loved the perimeter defense early.
Yeah, Mikey Moore just put the ball on the floor and dribbled too high, and Al Harrington got a good look on it. Saved a basket, got 2 free throws.
Al's been playing with that injured thumb on his shooting hand. His rebounding has been better as of late, but any kind of perimeter shooting has been much dicier. Well, Ron Artest played against the Lakers, but he missed the Denver game, and the Kings won. So Artest in the suit, and he talked to Sacramento people. They said, well, he'll start the game in a suit, but he could change at halftime. Well, I tell you,
anything is possible with Ron Artest.
He is not on the inactive list, in case you were wondering. And Harrington is taken away from Mikey Moore again.
And Mikey Moore thought he got fouled both times, but to no avail. There's good ball movement, draw and kick.
And that's the 3 that's down. And Monte, who's done everything scoring-wise, finding Baron Davis. Anthony Johnson got the better of Baron up in Sacramento, the veteran point guard. Played with Atlanta and Jersey and Indiana. Barron knocking it away. Off his head. Barron in a 2-on-1, and Kevin Martin breaks it up.
He read the bounce pass.
Quickness of Martin.
How about the aggressive defense, though? They're getting away with a lot of contact.
Martin. Barron being spilled for a second. Hawes doesn't catch it. And we've already had multiple turnovers. Monte putting it up and out, but he draws the foul. But how about Harrington's pass behind the back?
That's his only outlet. He was losing the ball, and that was his only choice, and he did a super job of it. And Mikey Moore picks up his second. Harrington's losing the ball here, chasing it down, because there comes the defender Johnson, and a perfectly timed bounce pass to Monte Ellis.
What I like about the first minute 15 of this game, it really rankles me, and it rankles number 3 there. Al Harrington has so many other skills than to just stand and be a three-point shooter. And you see the defense. We've seen him rebound. You see him pass. You see him in the open floor. And we have a lane violation on that missed free throw.
Everything's going right for the Warriors, which is not going to happen the entire game. But back to Al, more specifically.
And let me correct myself. Not a lane violation, a technical foul. And so Stephen Jackson will shoot the tee.
Okay, and then they'll just go back for the number 1 free throw from Monte. But Al Harrington is a player that yearns to be coached, and he needs to be coached all the time. Each and every game, you've got to tell him what the situation is and kind of give him the direction there, and he will follow it.
And so Jackson makes the tee free throw. Monte makes the second. And Reggie Theus is going to stop this very early.
Well, he is really upset because he's claiming his players have been getting hit, and he may have a legitimate argument.
Yeah, there's been a high level of physicality as the Warriors have come out defensively. Reggie Theus, he called that timeout just to get some jawing in, with the Warriors scoring the first 6.